I was on a wheelchair for a very long time. I almost lived in the hospital for like 7, 8 months. It was always like my priority was not to eat, my priority was to pay the rent. My name is Samah. I'm 35 years old. I have two kids, two little boys, 7 and 9. My parents unfortunately don't live in Canada. I don't have any relatives here. I moved here with my husband around 7 years ago. In 2017, I had my second boy, and I ended up having really bad complications after I gave birth, and I ended up with a spinal stroke, which left me completely paralyzed. I was on a wheelchair for a very long time. I almost lived in the hospital for like 7, 8 months. I had to even look for doctors because I had something called myelitis also. It was more like a one medical condition, and then I just started deteriorating into the other. I ended up spending around 7 or 8 months in a rehabilitation center. Honestly, that's where most of my savings completely drained out. But at that time, then I was married, so I had some help. This year, in April, my husband and I separated, and it was like I wasn't prepared for the decision before. And so it came suddenly. I wasn't prepared. I didn't have any savings. I didn't have a job. I tried to get a job, and because of my wheelchair, all my experience in life and everything I had was just useless at that point. I had kids, medical bills, medical condition, medical equipment. That's another thing. My medical equipment, they take like a monthly pay. Like I can't stay alive without them. So it has to be the first thing I buy. Especially in this, like now, I think since my insurance does not cover, it drains me. I think that's the main thing that drains me. I had no direction, absolutely nothing. And even though there are some like government help, like the child benefits and all these things, and I was not eligible for it. Literally, there was like zero help coming in. There was nothing coming from anywhere. After a while, I realized that getting a job is going to be a little hard. And so I decided to go back to school, and I applied. But there was that big 4 months in the summer where I had absolutely nothing. I didn't even know where to go with my life or what to do. I saw it was like for something for women. So I think it was specifically for like to help women. And that's why I even like paid attention and I applied, and then the help, like it was just amazing. I was not even expecting it. I did the application, was not expecting any kind of anything. The best part was that the help I got was the gift cards. So the idea is really amazing. Like I didn't have to think, should I use the money for rent or should I pay my medical bills? It was like, no, like, I didn't have the choice between rent or food. It's done. It had to be. Plus, the main thing at that time also that school was starting in September. And the beginning of school, you need new uniforms, new 2 bags, lunchbox, everything. I don't know what help I need. I just know that I needed someone to help me find a solution. Like I didn't even know what I was applying to. So she was like telling me like, oh, you can, do this. The cards will help you. We'll do that. So she was very helpful. It just gave me a second to sit and breathe, not stress. And even once you're not stressed, you make better decisions. So I think it was just like that pause that was so helpful for my mental health, especially. I have a plan now. I know what I'm doing. I know what I want. I am studying right now, but I know for students, it's usually always a little hard. Once I found a job, that's when my problems will end, hopefully. When you have a disability, I feel like people just don't understand. Even I didn't understand. Like I always saw people in wheelchairs, but I never really thought about what they go through. But on top of that, when something like that happens to you, you have the whole like for a while you get depressed and you're like, why me factor. So on top of the physical, there's also like the mental part. I think I was lucky because I had so many, I didn't have time to stop and think. especially these days, I feel like you have to be the man and the woman at the same time, a mom and work and an income and take care of the kids at the same time. It's too much. It's a very good cause, and I love the organization. I love the help and the people. The team at the National Zakat Foundation was very, very helpful from the beginning all the way to the end. And even till now, they're still in touch and they check up with me, even though that was like more than 6 months ago. They don't just check with you and check the boxes and leave. They actually want to help.